recording to the cloud. And I want to welcome you guys officially to the elevation call for May the 15th. And just as we said, it's a delight to get to see you guys. This elevation call is really our team meeting. It is a way for us to kind of put our finger on the pulse of how everyone's doing in your respective markets, do teaching and training. And tonight, I'm really excited. We actually have a guest with us, and we'll introduce her to you here. And some of you guys know her quite well. But we're going to start with just our recap. We're going to start with a recap of the leaderboards. So I'm going to have Hal talk about who is working hard.
Well,
right
everybody,
now.
I mean, I don't know who's working hard, but I'll tell you what, it's always measured to some degree by the leaderboard that Zalise posts daily and keeps up with daily. And so we want to honor those of you who are on the leaderboard this month to this point. And so we're going to start with enrollments, which is the expansion of your team, your business, your monthly income. And so at number 19 out of the Evansville, Indiana area is Nina Fuller. And so I want to recognize Nina. And then at number 14, way down in the deep heart of Texas, Thelma Champion at number 14. And then at number 13, over in the panhandle of Florida, is Dr. Susan Welch at number 13. And then on personal volume, which means you've placed probably a significant order. A lot of times it's because you move some kind of retail product to expand your business. Not always, but that's pretty common when it's personal volume. And we have 3 there, actually husband and wife. Jeff Staten at number 15, his precious, beautiful wife, Diana, at number 7, and they're in the Madisonville, Kentucky. And then Christina Durham, number 1 right now, number 1 in all of Zalise on personal volume out of Evansville, Indiana.
That's impressive.
That is, yep.
So congratulations to all of you guys and everyone else that has business in the works, that's working on your list. We know that we'll see you guys in the future on this.
Can we say something about that Christina Durham thing?
Absolutely.
So Christina is mentored quite a bit by Angela Noble, her sponsor upline. And so what we recommend from time to time, if it makes sense, is that you counsel with your upline if you want to do what I call a smart order, a smart volume order for product, and you kind of team together. And we do coach that. We're not going to go into detail tonight, but for a large order, especially for people who are moving product in either a store or vendor shows, which Christina does quite a bit of, we get together, the upline together, order, and they can kind of team up on that purchase on box orders or case orders. So anyway, I'm not going to teach on that tonight, but it's always good to team up like that if you want to, but you really need to do it in a smart way. And there's some counsel involved with that. So anyway, that's awesome. All.
Do you want to?
Oh.
Or do you want to wait on that?
Do you want me to do that now? Can you get that?
Why don't I'll go with Rebecca next.
Okay.
And then you can grab that.
That's good.
So I'm going to go ahead, you guys, just because we have Rebecca Pazdernik on the line, and it is 6 hours later where she is in the UK, or 7, I can't remember. And I just wanted to give you guys a little backdrop because we have had Lisa Hall, who is, you guys know, she's a physician. She's incredibly successful. She's probably the #1 producer with Glow specifically. She's had a lot of product users. And she told me months ago about working on social media. She was putting together some funnels, things that I had no idea what she was talking about. And so, as we would kind of talk about how she was doing with that, she was like having some serious success, getting new people in the business, getting people on Glow. And the one secret weapon that she had in helping her understand social media in terms of helping her with her texting service is her daughter, Rebecca Pazdernik. And so Lisa introduced me to Rebecca, and it was just, I was so blown away by the resource that she has become for our team. And the reason why is because she brings a whole background. She is in a different kind of direct selling business. It's a little bit more of a party plan. But because of that, she'd really pioneered things like texting services and customer retention tools and Facebook group parties and things that I'd never even really heard about. what really kind of interested me the most is when she was talking about this thing called Project Broadcast, which is a texting service. And I'm like, okay, I need to learn about this. How do you, as an adult, learn how to do these new skill sets? And so Rebecca actually has designed her own courses. And many of you guys have signed up for those. So I signed up for Rebecca's courses, and I have my whole notebook where I went through and did these courses, and then life got in the way. And I was like, finally just broke down and hired her and said, okay, Rebecca, you got to make me smart. And she's, she has just been amazing. She's a little bit more of a business strategist than she is just, social media trainer or a virtual assistant or anything like that. But as she kind of got to know our business, because you guys were all in business together, she saw some gaps in how we were doing things on Facebook specifically. And so I just said, no, do what you need to do. And so I want to bring her to the line and just introduce her to you guys, and also have Rebecca talk a little bit about this platform that she's created for our team to do prospecting with. So Rebecca, I want to bring you to the line and thank you for staying up into the middle of the night just to be on our elevation call.
I admit I took a little nap here, so.
You are welcome to take a nap. Thank you for staying up.
I did too.
Oh, good. Okay, we're all napping Sunday, right?
But Rebecca, I want to turn it over to you for just talk about how you kind of bring value to people that really maybe didn't grow up with social media, understanding what you do for business owners, what you've done for your own business, and then ultimately I want to talk about Team Unlimited Learn.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me on tonight, Lisa. We've had a lot of fun these last couple months working together, and I'm excited to be here with you to unveil what we've got for the team to use. And we'll talk a little bit about, I've put together a couple of new things for the team to have access to as well. So lots of fun stuff. All right, so Lisa and I have been working together to put her Project Broadcast together, as she mentioned, and it's up and running now, and good things for her business and her team and her customers. Project Broadcast is, as she mentioned, a text marketing platform, and text marketing is something that I feel is probably the most innovative thing you can do for your business right now. Everybody's familiar with using social media. Everybody's familiar with using email. Text marketing is something that can really give you the edge that not all entrepreneurs have adopted at this point. If you look at statistics, people open emails less than 5% of the time. So you spend all of the time to write out this beautiful email, and you work really hard to get it all sent out, and the forms to on a grand scale are changing, to say the least. And then maybe 3 or 4% of the people you send it to will open it. And then the click-through rates are less than 50% for the people who do open it. So really challenging, right? Like, how can you get to your customers if they're on email overload and they won't open the emails that you spend all that time writing and making so pretty to share with them what you're offering in your business? Text marketing, on the other hand, has greater than 90% open rates. So someone sends you a text, and more than 90% of the time you open it within 10 minutes of them sending it to you. And the click-through rates are greater than 80%. So you put a link in that text message that you send to them, and more than 80% of the time they're going to click on it and go look at what you sent them. So Project Broadcast is a platform that helps you to do that. It's a place where you can store all of your contacts, where you can create campaigns that send out automated messages over a period of time. You can use keywords that you share with people, and they can then text that keyword to you, and and get put into some sort of automated system. There are landing pages you can create for people to look at for the products that you offer, for the business opportunity that you offer, for your monthly specials, whatever it is. Fantastic way to be able to communicate with your customers. So that's what we've been working on setting up, and we have a lot of different ways that you can learn to do that, whether it's in a course that I've put together for you, or some private coaching, or the concierge service that Lisa mentioned, where I just set it up for you. And I've put together a little list of the ways that you can access it, and I'll put those over on the Team Unlimited page after the call so you can see it. And if you'd like to set up a call to talk about the best option for you, I'm happy to do that. But tonight, I'm going to share my screen here. I think, Lisa, you'll have to make it so I can share.
Okay, you should be the host.
Perfect. Okay. All right, there we go. So one of the things that Lisa and I kind of saw as we started working together on what she has available for her business, for her team, for her customers, was a prospecting page, essentially. It's a very simple way to say it, an ad tag message location for all of you as well as her to utilize. So you can see here on your screen now, we've got the Team Unlimited Learn. This is a page that we have put together for you guys. And it's a place where you can add prospective business partners as well as customers. And it's very simple. You invite them to the group right here under the invite button, or you can send them this link here in a private message. And once they've joined the group, then you tag them in this video that Hal and Lisa did to explain what the group is and to get them to engage in it. So Hal and Lisa asked them questions during this short video to watch. They explain a little bit about the offerings that Zalise has in terms of product as well as business opportunity, and your comments which thing they're interested in, and then they tag you in it so that you know what they have opted into, what they're interested in. Once they watch that video, then ideally you have also tagged them. Maybe you've already talked to them in these guides. So these guides allow them to learn about the products. So why hemp and how it works for your body. Maybe they're interested in weight loss, and there's all the different weight loss options. Maybe they're interested in more energy, and there's energy options. Maybe they're interested in the coffee. Maybe they're interested in elevating their mood. Maybe they have sore joints or joint pain, and they're interested in learning about those options. Maybe they're interested in the gut-brain axis and how to improve that system. Maybe they have trouble sleeping, or they are interested in the anti-aging skincare line. Maybe you've talked to them about taking our vitamins. Maybe they have a pet who would benefit from the Zalise products. And then there's testimonials here, and we're going to talk about this in just a minute. There's also a promote and get paid section. So if you've talked to them about the business side of things, then you can tag them here so they can watch the videos about promoting the products and getting paid for it. But whichever ones you think they are interested in, you can simply tag them. And you gotta pick the person, right? So you tag him, put a little message there, hit enter, and then Lisa's going to get tagged and she'll go look at these and be like, oh yeah, she mentioned I was going to be able to watch these videos. So here we are somewhere here. Oh, this is mine. I thought I was in yours, Lisa, so I was going to show them where you got tagged, but no. So this is meant to help you to be able to share products with people. This is an extremely effective way to be able to share information with people. It is really the approach that most leaders in direct selling and network marketing are taking right now for social media. And it's concise. It's very simple. You saw it. So you go to the main discussion page. You find the video from Hal and Lisa, open that up, and you say, Lisa, and you tag her. This. They tag in that, and then that person can go watch the introductory video. They'll respond and tag you. So then Lisa will come in and say, Rebecca, and I want to feel good. That's one of the things she asks them to comment on. And I invite you all to go and watch this video so you can see how it works for them. But the idea is that they watch the video, and while they're watching the video, Lisa and Hal talk about a few different options in terms of programs that we have. And she tells them to tag you because you get to use this with those keywords, feel good or income, or I think wellness was the other word. There's 3 different ones. And then Hal asks you to tag or to comment a 1, 2, or a 3, depending on what you're interested in. So you'll see comments in here, and it is your responsibility as you use this page to keep an eye on these. So be watching when people who you have invited comment here. Be sure to, sometimes they'll forget to tag you or whatever. So if you know you've added somebody, be checking here, be looking for their comments, check for their names. And then be sure that you come over here once you've tagged them in Lisa and Hal's video and tag them where you feel would be appropriate. They've told you that they're really tired and they need energy, or they're not sleeping well at night, or they have trouble with anxiety, whatever it is. You tag them over here with the product guide that you feel is appropriate for their needs. And they're all organized essentially by complaint. So I can't sleep, so let's click and tag them in here. Or I really want the anti-aging skincare, tag them in here. Whatever it is. And it is as simple as that to utilize. Now, the really important thing with this group is we leave it just like this, aside from continuing to add testimonials. So this isn't a place where you tag people and welcome them if they joined the business or if they started on products. That is what you do over in the Team Unlimited group. And you don't want to, we'll add new guides as new products come available so that you can have access to those. But otherwise, we don't add any extra posts to this. The one exception to that is that I would like to invite people to put their own testimonials in here, and we can add them to the guides, or you can send them to Lisa and Hal, and then we'll work on getting them added if you don't feel comfortable adding them to the group yourself. But it would be wonderful to be able to add more to our testimonials. So we've got that going on down here. You can see quite a few written testimonials. And then we've also got a business testimonial from Hal and Lisa, and Hal's product testimonial. And you can see we've titled them here. We have a lot of glow testimonials, but whatever your product experience is, we would really like to be able to add that to this testimonial section. And then that way you can go through and read these, and maybe you'll find one that is pertinent to a prospective customer and be able to tag them about it, whether it's the coffee or the glow or the skincare or any of those things. And then as you receive testimonials, you can keep adding them to this group and sharing them for everybody to use. So that would be my one thing to ask of you guys to do as we work on getting this group up and running. Video testimonials, of course, are obviously the best. Written testimonials are fine as well, but there's something really special about video. Video is kind of the way to go right now. It's very engaging to people. They can see your face and see the authenticity of how you feel about the products and what it's done for you, or the business and what it's done for you and your family. So if you are able to do a testimonial for this group, like I said, you can either add it to the group yourself by doing a post, or you can send your testimonial to Hal and Lisa, and I'll help them get them loaded up into the guides here. And you can send them by email, or you can just send them by private message by uploading your little video clip in a private message or an email. If you need any help, just reach out and we'll help you get it all squared away. We won't spend a lot of time talking about that tonight, but if you do a testimonial and you need some help getting it sent to us, just give a shout and we'll sort it out. But this group is now ready to be used. So Lisa's going to start working on inviting people. And then you are welcome to invite prospective customers and business builders to the group as well. Just make sure, this is really important, that you tag them. So you add them or invite them to the group. You tag them in the invitation, the welcome message, and the appropriate guide. And then you send them a message and let them know what you're sharing with them and how to follow up with you, how to reach back out to you, or you'll reach back out to them, whichever it is. Typically, it's better to always reach back out to them after they've watched it. But make sure that you're adding them, tagging them in the group, and messaging them so they know what they're looking at. And that's the key to utilizing this system, but it's ready to go. You can invite people. You can hit the invite button here and invite people, invite Facebook friends, or you can private message them with a link to the group here and invite them to join it that way. So that's it. I can open it for questions if anybody has any questions about how to use it.
Hey, Rebecca, I just first wanted to say thank you to you, because this represents hours and hours and hours of uploading video. And I was so excited when I saw it because it's so much better organized than our back office or any Facebook page. And those of you who've had some experience with Hope, Health, and Lifestyle, which was specifically just for Glow, this is organized very similarly, but it's for the entire product line and the business. So I just want to thank you, Rebecca, for investing in us with this. And anybody else that has questions, no questions stupid, just shout it out. Rebecca does do a pretty good job of explaining things. Oh, go ahead if you've got one.
I've got a question, please. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, we can hear you.
Thank you. Could you go back to the process of invite, you tag, and then add the group, and then there was a tag again? Just go back that process.
Sure, yeah. So you're going to invite them either by clicking on the invite button and choosing them from your friends list, or you can copy this link up here, facebook.com/groups/team unlimited learn, and you can send that to them in a private message and invite them to join the group that way. Once you have invited them and they've joined the group, then you come over here, and this is, you can see under featured, this is a pinned video that Hal and Lisa recorded. And you're going to comment in this video, like we've done here. You tag the person that you invited. This is where you want to get started in our learning group. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? And then you want to keep an eye on this, because in this video, Hal and Lisa ask them to comment a couple of times. First, 1, 2, or 3, depending on what they're interested in. And then with words, feel good or income, or I think it's wellness was the third word we picked. But they're supposed to tag you in this group. You're the person who invited them. And they'll put the words that correlate to what they're interested in. And you need to watch the video so that you know what it means if they do a 1, 2, or 3, or a feel good or income or wellness, so that you know how to follow up with them. But basically it allows them to opt into, hey, I'm really interested in a specific solution for my sore knees, or I'm really interested in learning about how to make money. The third step then is to go over to the guides. And as we get new products and new things become available, we'll add guides to this. But you can tag them in the guides you feel are appropriate. So there's why hemp and how it works for your body, if you would like to tag them in some of those so they can learn more. If they're interested in the weight loss or the energy, whichever ones they're interested in. Let's say for Lisa, it's the gut brain axis. She has a lot of tummy troubles. So we'll say, Lisa, this is the product combo we talked about on the phone. You can check out more details here. Okay, and then she's able to see the different products that are good for the gut brain axis. Okay, and then you want to message them, hey, I added you to the Team Unlimited group today and tagged you in a couple of videos to watch, or a guide to watch. I'm here to answer any questions, and I'll check back in with you tomorrow after you've had a few minutes to look over everything, but this should help you to learn more about the products that we offer, or how to make money with our business, or whatever it is that you're prospecting them for. Okay, and then you follow up with them just like normal.
Rebecca, this is Mary Ellen Ziliak. I do have one question.
Sure.
Just to clarify, when you say tag someone, say I'm wanting to tag someone on a Lachey product, I go to the one I want to tag them on, and in the comments say, hey, Donna, this is what I was talking to you about. That in itself is what you're referring to when you say tag someone, is that correct?
Exactly. Tagging is, so for example, here on the screen, I've brought up the Lachey products, the skincare. So you can come down here and tag them and say, Mary Ellen, and you're going to come up. This is the skincare line you and I spoke about, so you can read more details on it here. And you hit enter, and then you're going to get a notification that I tagged you in this guide, so you know to come here and have a look.
Okay, and what you're saying, I know Hal and Lisa then have set this up as Team Unlimited Learn for anyone that's on Team Unlimited to opt into, but we'll have to be aware that there's the potential quite a few people being on here. So we have to track who we've sent and what tags we've made, correct? Is that the initial thought?
Yeah, you want to keep track of the people that you invited to join, that you tagged. You need to follow up with them. This is just a resource for you to use, but you're still responsible for making sure that you follow up with your prospects. And you want to be checking where you have, you know, tell them if you have a question, be sure that you tag me if you make a comment or anything like that, so that I know. You want to offer some guidance to them. Like if you comment, just be sure to tag me so I can see your comments and I'll answer your questions or private message you to get some more information to you. So just guide them a little bit in terms of tagging you so that you can see what they're doing. But if you've tagged them in something, then you probably want to keep an eye on that guide or that post or that video so that you can see when they respond. So just keep an eye on it.
Yes, well, thank you. And I have to throw in, my first observation is I absolutely love that this is an easy addition to what I use right now with the Zalice app, because it doesn't automatically then send them to my website, which sometimes can be premature, I want them to first learn about what we have to offer before they maybe get a sticker shock if it's not what they're expecting with product. So this is a really good step. So I thank you for making this so readily available for all of us. Kudos to all you guys.
Good, I'm glad you like it. And I totally agree. There's a method to the madness in introducing people to the product line, to the price. You know, there are special ways to get discounts and things. And so you want to be able to present it to them in the appropriate fashion, and not just them go to the website and see the retail price and think, I can't afford that, and close the book on it. So this allows them to engage, to learn about the products, to get interested in it, to be like, oh yeah, I really want these. And then they get back to you and talk to you, and you help them figure out the best way to make it happen financially. And I was just going to make one more comment. You said something about like maybe you shared a specific product with them in the Lachey product line. So for example, maybe you've told them about the collagen in particular. You can come in here and comment on a specific post that's within the guide, so that they can see a specific, you know, product item if that's what you want. So you just tag them again, put a little message there, hit enter. And that way, if there's, maybe they don't want the whole product line, or, you know, whatever, I don't know why you would want to do it, but just, you know, the point is, if you want to, you can tag them on specific components within the guide as well. Okay. So,
hey, Rebecca, the question came up is whether this has a corresponding Instagram account.
If this has what? Say that again.
If this Facebook group, Team Unlimited Learn, has a corresponding Instagram account.
Not right now, no.
It's just on Facebook.
It's just on Facebook. It's harder to do this on Instagram. So you can definitely do it. It's just harder to keep track of stuff, and I don't know. It's I would set it up a little bit differently if we want to do something on Instagram. We definitely can. If there's a demand for it in the group. It's just that the majority of the population is on Facebook. So it's a place where you can put together a group like this, and it's valuable to a really high number of people because they can access the largest percentage of the population, because people opt into Facebook the most right now still. So, but if it's something that we want to consider for Instagram, we can look into it, into adding that. It's just a matter of setting it up a little bit differently. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I like the guides. And I think if you guys didn't notice, at the very top of the page, you can click on guides and you'll see those 12 guides, the different products. And I really, really like the way that you've organized that, Rebecca.
Thanks. It's something that's proven in terms of you know, what people are using in the industry right now and demonstrating effectiveness. And I think that's important that we utilize platforms that, you know, are demonstrating consistent effectiveness across the board. It doesn't really matter what the business is or what the products are. It's the concept of how to present the information to people, and it works really well. So,
well, awesome.
So, yeah, I just have a question, and if you could keep the answer like super brief and concise.
Okay.
I know you can. So I'm sitting out here on the other side of the screen, and I've seen this. And I think it's, wow, that's really cool. They don't have a clue about what she's talking about. And this overwhelms me, but I want to participate. What is my call to action? What is my call to action to begin the learning process for me? What do I do next? What would you advise me? 2 things to learn.
Okay. I can keep that really easy and brief. So join the group. We're going to put a link to the group over on Team Unlimited. So you can then ask to join the group. I can see already we've had 5 new members join. Once you're in the group, come to the discussion tab up here at the top and click on Lisa and Hal's video here. Watch this video, become familiar with it so that you know what people are going to comment on once they watch this video when you add them to the group. And then come up here to the guides and scroll through and become familiar with the content we've put in the guides and how it's organized. We've put video and images for whatever products are appropriate for a particular ailment or issue. So become familiar with that so that you know where to tag people when you invite them to the groups.
Okay, so I'm going to repeat back to you. So I go to Team Unlimited, not Team Unlimited Learn. I go to Team Unlimited and I look for Team Unlimited Learn and join that group.
Yes.
And then once I've joined the group, I can go in and I look to the discovery and I watch to discussion. And then I watch the video, which is what, about maybe 5 minutes, Lisa?
It's actually 12, I think.
12. Okay. 12 minutes. Watch that, because that's where we talk about, you know, put 1, 2, 3, or wellness, health, or income. Okay. You'll be familiar. You'll be familiar after you watch the video with what we've been talking about tonight. And then the third thing that I'm to do, or we're to do, is to go to the guides and just become familiar with the guides that are there in this group. Is that correct?
That's right. Got to know it's available to be able to utilize it.
So I think it's a really good beginning point for people tonight who are just being introduced to this. I'll assure you that, you know, we're learning. You're here to help us. I think it's a great tool. But I think that people need to become familiar with it. And now is the time to become familiar with it after we've discussed it tonight. So it doesn't, you know, get out of sight, out of mind. So we would encourage that.
Yep.
And the other thing is, do you have a snorer in the house tonight?
Yep, I do. He woke up and he went back to sleep and he's snoring. Hal says, wake up, Ben.
That's so great.
Stephen Todd might need to help assist.
We're already talking to him.
It's like after midnight wherever you are. So
we know some good specialists there.
So thank you, Rebecca.
It is. It's like 1 a.m. here. So he woke up, he tried, but he fell back.
Hey, we got a bunch of snore police, as says. You know, we're going to tell
them. It demonstrates how willing you are to serve this late or early in the morning. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you
No
so much,
problem.
Rebecca. And also, would you please include on Team Unlimited just how people can reach out to you, because you have very reasonable consulting rates. You also have courses, bundles for this group. So just if there's a way for us to access that information.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do have a couple of new bundles that I've put together for the team for Zalise. So travel and campaign to be able to let your customers know that travel is being added to your business offerings. And then also, I'll just pop over here real quick. I also have put together, as I've been working with some clients in Zalise, we've put together a free giveaway campaign where you can give an ebook away. You've probably seen Lisa sharing her version on social media. I made it so that anybody on the team can have an ebook to give away, and then the corresponding campaigns and keywords and everything to go with it in Project Broadcast. So I've put that together for you guys. And I'm going to offer a course on Tuesday night on how to use it. So I'll put some information in Team Unlimited about that too. But I've got a nice bundle here for Team Unlimited where I offer all of my courses. You can also buy them individually as well, whatever you need. And we've got just 2 courses, but then all of the kits for utilizing Project Broadcast. So you don't have to recreate all of the content for Project Broadcast. It's time. I've spent a lot of time building these out for you guys. So you learn how to use Project Broadcast here with our text marketing course. And then I've got the campaigns all put together for you so you can download them into Project Broadcast and utilize them. And I've got these 2 new ones here for the team to use. So I'll put some information in the group for everybody about that. And like I said, Tuesday evening, I'm going to offer a course on how to set this one up, because the travel intro is super easy. It's one campaign to send out to people, along with a Google form where they can find out what people's travel interests are and be able to then market to them appropriately. The free giveaway one is a little bit more of a complex setup, and I thought, well, let's just offer a little lecture on how to do it so that we can be live and people can ask questions and things like that. So we'll do that Tuesday night, and I'll have some information for everybody on that. So
fantastic.
And, yeah.
Go ahead, Rebecca. You were finishing.
I was just going to say, and I'll provide some information about coaching and concierge services too, so everybody can see what they might need or benefit from.
So that's awesome. And the question from the Welches is, will that Tuesday night course be recorded?
Of course, always. And once it's recorded, then it will be included in the course. So you can just watch it once you've purchased whenever it's convenient. I know a particular day and time never works for everybody. Do a live session, and then I'll offer a couple of Q&As afterwards to help people finish getting done in the past, and so that you have an opportunity to be live again if you missed the first one. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here in the middle of the night for you. And, thank you for all your investment in us. I know that you have several students on this call, and we just appreciate everything that you've done for us and continue to do. So thank you, Rebecca. And hopefully you can fall back to sleep without any problems.
Yeah, we'll read a book or watch Harry Potter or something like that to go back to sleep.
That's the dream.
We're in the UK, so we're watching Harry Potter while we're in the UK.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you again for being on this call late at night, and we'll look forward to having you back another time.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for having me. And
thank you.
I'm really excited to see how everybody enjoys using this group. I think it's going to be fantastic. So
we look forward to it too. We'll learn. together.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see some of you on Tuesday.
Thank you, dear.
Okay, bye.
All right. Well, you guys, let's see. I think we're trying to reclaim host here. So hopefully you guys can still hear us. But I'm excited about this. I think it gives us all an opportunity to, with social media, to prospect and to validate with each other's voices. So this is a great thing. And I want to turn it over to Hal and just kind of wrap this up. Yeah.
Okay. So just to remind you, Summerfest is coming up June the 3rd in Indianapolis. The price of the ticket has gone up now to $99 for those of you who are still considering. We really believe it's going to be very beneficial. It's a one-day event. They're giving away some free hotels. As a matter of fact, I think the Welches won that, and so did, who else won? Debbie won. So we have two of our team members who got a free night hotel stay from Zalise, just by one, being registered, and two, being on the Freedom Call. So if you're registered for the event, be on the Freedom Call, and there's a chance by drawing that you could win a paid hotel, which is nice. So that's super. Anything else about that?
We do have, I have one person that's not going to be able to go, who has a $49 ticket. So if you or know anybody on your team that really still would like to go, but they don't want to pay $99, we can help make that, facilitate that connection, so that we
get that ticket and then get on the Freedom Call and get a chance to win that. Yeah. So I'm going to wrap up with a couple of things. One, I want to just mention that one of our, I haven't said anything about this. I don't believe he would mind at all, but I want to mention one of our team members who's very dear and precious to us, who's really fighting for his health right now. He's going to start some treatments on Tuesday, 8 weeks of treatments at a specific hospital in Florida. But just remember Ed Keller. Many of you would recognize the name and his face. He's the one with always the beautiful, like, Pensacola backdrop, the ocean and sunset behind him. But Ed lives in the Pensacola area, but is going to be spending the next 8 weeks in Jacksonville, Florida, dealing with this particular health issue. And he needs to do well with this treatment. And he's got a great attitude. If anybody could do well with it, it'd be Ed, but just remember him in your thoughts and prayers. Again, that's Ed Keller. So anyway, that's that. And then, you know, as many of you know, Lisa and I, part of our daily routine, for the most part, every morning we read. When we get up, we sit in our living room and we talk, and I drink my happy coffee. And Lisa pours these vitamins down me from Zalise, you know, and then I do my reading and writing, and then we read together. And one of the things that I'm reading right now that I shared with her today, she said, oh, why don't you share that on our team elevation tonight? So I'm just going to give this to you. It's about personal growth and making a decision and you know, growing and blooming. It's about blooming. And so here's the kind of the poem. It's called The Risk to Bloom. And then the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk to bloom. Some of you may have heard that before. And then the day came when the risk to remain tight within the bud was more important than the risk to bloom. And so without reading the whole thing, I just thought that I would share with you that with roses, and this is how this was described, with roses, for the roses that stay tight and never bloom, they stay tight within themselves. Does anyone know what that is called in a flower shop when they do not bloom? Does anybody know what the name of that is? What do they call those? Anybody? It's an interesting word. So when a flower does not bloom, it stays tight and does never express itself because it feels more secure, basically, without blooming. It's called a bullet. is called a bullet. And so what happens in a flower shop with a bullet is because it will never bloom. It's literally cut off and, cast aside so that there's no space taken for the bullets that'll never bloom. And so the challenge to think about is that for many of us, we don't ever really bloom in what we're striving for until the pain, honestly, of not blooming becomes more significant than the cost of blooming. And we make changes in our lives, oftentimes not, it's great when we get excited, we have a dream, we want to fulfill that dream, we want to help people, especially in this business, and all the positive things are the things that, we talk about so often as the thing that we strive for. But I'll tell you that many people go through periods where they have to make a choice to go through the pain of what it's going to take to change and to take on something new in order to actually bloom and grow, to make a personal change. And we talk about so many different things. Some people are not readers, and we challenge you to read. Some of us can't sit still long enough to listen to something and take notes and to really learn from that. Some of us have so much fear that we can't pick up the phone and contact people because we're afraid of what they're going to think of us or say, the fear of no. Others have areas of change, like they won't talk to people. Others have, and that's something that has to change. Others say, talk too much, like they can't stop themselves from saying too much, and they have to change that, and they have to learn how to change it. Just all kinds of things that we talk about. And so, just the picture of the rose blooming or the flower blooming, as opposed to being like this thing they call a bullet that always just stays in its security area. It stays like secure within itself and never expands beyond that. And so anyway, was that what you wanted me to share?
Absolutely beautiful.
So I think it's a pretty cool story. It's something I didn't know. Apparently y'all didn't know what those things were called. Nobody volunteered the bullet, but that's
don't be a bullet. Right?
Yeah.
That's the outcome.
Yeah, don't
bloom.
be a bullet.
Don't be a bullet, just bloom. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here.